Domestic violence is typically something that is very taboo, that is kept secret. People hide domestic violence from anyone and everyone.
I've lost count over the years of people expressing concern about whether or not they could talk to their employer about what was going on and risking losing their job.
VESA, which is Victims Economic Security and Safety Act, has actually been around for a long time. This had to get done, and I wanted to see it done, so I became the sponsor of the bill.
Next up, we'll take testimony on Senate Bill 16.
I'm Jennifer Carter-Dockler. I'm the Public Policy Director at the Missouri Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence. VESA is a new law that allows unpaid leave for employees at organizations with 20 or more employees and the right to request reasonable safety accommodations. Things like a different phone number assigned to them, potentially different shifts when they're arriving to work.
When we're talking about the steps that survivors have to go through to get to safety, it's not a 9-to-5 thing.
Going and getting an order of protection so that the abuser can't come near you. When you're able to move your family because you know you still have your salary coming in and you need to get them somewhere else that's safe. When you're able to take care of your physical and mental health without losing your job, those are significant pathways forward for a person in this position or that person's family member.
So when someone becomes aware of an employee, for example, who may be victimized by domestic violence, we need to change how we ask those questions. And the first question needs to be, are you safe? The second question needs to be, how can I help? What do you need?
You know what? We want people to live in a safe environment so that they can go to work and they can be productive and they can take care of their families. If they're not able to do that, we have people suffering at home.
When you see signs of domestic violence within an employee, whether it be male or female, some of those signs that you may see, again, will be that withdrawn, not connecting with coworkers on a personal or even a social level. You may see instances of extensive absenteeism, coming in tardiness, those types of things. You may also notice things in the way people dress themselves. So wearing long sleeves or high collars in the middle of summer. That's done to, hide injuries that may have been sustained.
My hope is that these stories that we have heard over the years, that this is something that's going to be incredibly beneficial for survivors so that they can focus on safety and healing and continue to have a job. What we've also heard from survivors over the years is that the employers who really supported them and helped them, they got unbelievable loyalty from these individuals. That is a great retainment strategy.
The safety and health and well-being of your employees means that they're going to be more productive in their job, you're going to have a better staff for the long term, and we're going to build a better community together.
If employers can recognize that supporting that survivor as he or she is trying to seek safety and trying to develop a plan of where they go from there, that's one less thing that survivor has to worry about. That's one less stressor that is placed on that family.
This is going to be an area that maybe some supervisors aren't used to talking to employees about. I think it's going to be incredibly helpful for not only employers, but also service providers to be letting victims who they're working with know this new law and would it be helpful for them and what can they do to assist them being able to request any of these accommodations. One, make sure that they have the Department of Labor required poster ready to display by October 27th. Two, please go to MOCADSV's website to make sure they know who the local service providers in their areas are. We have a Need Help tab. We also have a couple of very helpful publications that just explain the dynamics of domestic violence and sexual assault and answer very commonly asked questions. We want to make sure that individuals who are experiencing these types of crimes aren't feeling like they have to choose between their job and safety, and that what can employers do to help, just like with other types of reasonable accommodations that can be made. This is just kind of a new frontier in Missouri about these kind of accommodations requests. But it's something that is going to be incredibly beneficial for employees and the state of Missouri in the long run.